Recent studies indicate there are 200 million insects for every person on Earth. It's only natural then that there are dangerous species among them. The first insect on this list is none other than the average housefly. Generally speaking, they are nothing more than an annoying insect pest, but I can hear you thinking, flies aren't dangerous, are they? In some cases, they are. The average housefly is believed to be able to transmit at least 65 diseases and 350 types of bacteria. These bacteria can lead from fever to tuberculosis to leprosy. If that doesn't sound bad enough, you haven't seen the world's largest fly. Meet the Garametus heros, a fly that can grow as long as 7 centimeters. Just imagine for a moment that this fly is flying in your home. This fly is found in countries such as Bolivia, Paraguay, and Brazil. Make sure you don't leave any unattended food lying around, because flies love to eat it. This insect is among one of the most poisonous insects in the world. You can find them mainly in Mexico and the eastern United States. It's actually the larvae that make the insect so dangerous, so it's best not to touch them. They have brush-like hairs, which are accompanied by orange stripes across their back. However, these hide a secret weapon, poisonous spines. If they make contact with your skin, you will experience indescribable pain. This is because the venom of this caterpillar spreads throughout your body. If you have been stung, it is recommended to immediately clean the wound and first remove the hairs that are stuck in your skin. A wasp can be found almost all over the world. They are very useful because they eat flies and mosquitoes. You've probably seen them flying around in your garden or on your balcony. But did you know that there are more than 75,000 different species? One of them is the yellow jacket, which you can mainly find in North America. Beetles, which belong to a group called rhino beetles. The males can grow as long as 19 centimeters. They are also quite muscular, and they are capable of carrying up to 850 times their body mass. Compared to an adult male, that would mean they could carry as much as 68,000 kilograms. But the most dangerous beetle species is probably the blister beetle. If you come into contact with this beetle, then you can get irritation and blisters that can be very painful. Another dangerous species that should also be mentioned is the rove beetle. These beetles carry a toxic chemical compound called paterin. This can cause bumps with a burning sensation from which some people get high fevers and body pains. It could even make you blind, so beware of this insect. First glance, the brown recluse spider can often be confused with the average brown spider, but you can distinguish them by their eyes. In fact, they have eerie rows of 6 eyes instead of 8 like most spiders. But this spider is face or eyes. People who have experienced this have reported everything from difficulty breathing and swallowing problems. In other cases, people had severe allergic reactions, and so also had to be taken to the hospital immediately. These blood-sucking insects, called the kissing bugs, are found mainly in Central and South America, certain areas of the United States, and Mexico. If you encounter one, you will quickly discover that they do not kiss their victim, but they bite you in a Dracula-like manner. They prefer to do this when you are sleeping. Like mosquitoes, these creepy crawlers need blood to survive. They have no problem extracting it from anywhere in your body, but you may be wondering, why are they called kissing bugs? This is because they get their name from where they like to bite you, which is around the mouth or the eyes. They can bite you up to 15 times, and this bite is not only painful, but can also carry diseases such as Chagas disease in sensitive individuals. Dermatitis causes a serious rash, so try to avoid contact with this dangerous insect at all times. The giant tree weta is one of the largest insects that has ever lived on Earth. They are native to New Zealand. Not only are they one of the largest insects in the world, but they are also considered the heaviest insects in the world. A giant tree weta can weigh about 70 grams. Although they have no sting, they can bite you viciously. Their name comes from the Maori people who first inhabited New Zealand, and it means God of Ugly Things. So you are dealing with a very old insect. Fossils of giant tree wetas date back to the Triassic period, more than 190 million years ago. This means that these insects are older than some dinosaurs. Another strange fact about them is that they have ears on their knees, probably a mistake by Mother Nature. Botfly.
In Southeast Asia, especially in the Terai forest of Nepal.
They are the largest species of honeybee, measuring about 1 inch or 2.5 centimeters in length. Their nests are often built far above the ground in the trees. Being stung by a giant honeybee can cause a range of symptoms from mild allergies, abdominal pains, chest discomfort, severe organ damage, or a serious injury to the intestines. A while back, a group of researchers published a study reporting serious cases of giant honeybee stings in Sri Lanka. One case involved a 70-year-old man who was chased by 200 bees. Because the giant honeybee is a rather aggressive species of bee, it's also never kept by beekeepers. Wasps are amazing insects. Their round inverted nests are made of paper, from which they get their name. Sometimes they're also called umbrella wasps because their nests resemble that. They are reddish-brown, striped wasps that are actually not very good at stinging. However, the sting of a paper wasp feels biting and burning with a distinct. Some species have barbed spines that can break the skin. However, they can even be nastier, as they can sting multiple times. The effect of their sting can travel along lymphatic ducts and cause serious damage. Their venom consists of amino acids, peptides, proteins, and an alkaloid venom that acts as a pheromone. This means that a single harvester ant can summon a whole outfit of weapons when a threat arises. So imagine if you encountered a whole army of these types of ants. Native to Central and South America, the warrior wasp, or Sinoeca, is notorious for its enormously painful sting. Unlike most insects, which only attack when provoked, the warrior wasp is naturally aggressive. According to the insect researcher Justin Schmidt, who wrote the book, The Sting of the Wild, the sting of this insect feels like you are chained in the current of an active volcano. You will find it almost impossible to imagine the pain of it. In addition to its sting, the wasp has another way of thickened external skeleton, warning sounds, and of course, its venom. Joyless ant, also known as the driver ants, have colonies with sometimes more than 20 million different individuals. They are mainly found in Central and Eastern Africa and in certain tropical parts of Asia. These ants are carnivores, and their food consists mainly of earthworms. But they are also known to attack animals that don't get out of their way fast enough. Now, it's common knowledge that only red fire ants can bite, but this is not the case. There are more than 12,000 species of ants that can do this. However, the doorless ant uses its scissor-like jaws to bite its prey, and when they feel threatened, they use these jaws on humans. Those that have had this experience say that removing this ant can be difficult because their jaws are extremely strong, not to mention the fact that the bite is very painful. Insect researcher Justin Schmidt didn't just write the book, The Sting of the Wild. To write the book, he studied various insect stings by experiencing them firsthand. During this process, he created pain and says his skin burned very badly. The throbbing pain he suffered is due to the wasp's venom, which is pushed into the skin. This venom causes premature cell death in living tissues. Coyote's arm was therefore swollen for days, and he even retained a small hole at the sting area. Based on this experience, Coyote labeled the executioner wasp as the king of the stings. Killer bee is the nickname of the Africanized honeybee, which was a crossing between the East African honeybee and several European honeybee species. They are originally from Brazil and have now taken over parts of South to Central America. This bee species is called killer bee for a reason. They can hunt hundreds of people at a time if you disturb them, and they are responsible for more than 1,000 human deaths. A killer bee can sting 10 times more than any other species, making it very dangerous. In October 2010, a 73-year-old man was clearing up bushes when he accidentally disrupted a beehive. As you can guess, he didn't stand a chance against hundreds of bees, but they are not all equally dangerous. However, some, like the Australian funnel spider, have very strong poisons that act quickly on you. The symptoms you might get is the cramping of the heart and muscles. 13 people would not have survived after touching the spider, but fortunately, an antidote was developed in 1981, and since then, there have been no new victims. So if you decide to go on vacation to Australia, and you are in the vicinity of humid forest areas, beware. Because even if there is an antidote, the bite is still very painful. I myself don't like a small spider, but if I met this spider, it would scare the hell out of me. The assassin caterpillar, as the insect is called, is mainly found in the rainforest of southern Brazil, and is known as the most dangerous caterpillar in the world. It also earned a place in the Guinness World Records as the most poisonous caterpillar. You should never touch this caterpillar because first of all, their body destroys your red blood cells. They can grow between 1.3 to 1.8 inches, or 4.5 to 5.5 centimeters tall. And what makes them especially dangerous is that you can barely see them. Most dangerous insect on this list, and how could it be otherwise? It's the mosquito. Mosquitoes feed on the blood of animals, but also humans. Blood is full of proteins that mosquitoes need to produce eggs. Their bites cause an itchy rash, because their saliva is transmitted during the bite. Like ticks, mosquitoes transmit diseases to humans and animals. According to various data, they are responsible for the deaths of more than 700,000 people a year. Africa, South America, and Asia are said to be affected by most mosquito populations. Some of the diseases that mosquitoes can transmit are Zika virus,